Hey everybody, Steve here again. Saturday night in Abu Dhabi, and what better thing to do than to do some cooking, right? So back in Abu Dhabi again, and the UAE, it's interesting, they've since 2000, well before 2006, their weekend was Thursday, Friday. And then in about 2006, they shifted it over one day, so it's Friday, Saturday. And it was that way when I was here in 2015 all the way up until December 31st. And then the UAE has shifted their weekend now to the Western style. So Saturday, Sunday is now my weekend. So kind of in line now with everything. And honestly, it's a little bit of getting used to. So kind of gotten used to the Friday, Saturday thing. Guy at work was like, great. Now I'm going to go back to hating Mondays again. So tonight I'm gonna cook. I've got Airleen standing by, ready to go. I'm gonna do some air fryer chicken Parmesan, and I can't wait to try this. I'm getting a little hungry, and I'm gonna fire this up. This should be pretty quick, so I'm gonna do that up in the air fryer, and I'm gonna serve that over some spaghetti. The spaghetti's not cooked in the air fryer. The spaghetti's cooked on the stove, but you know, anyway. So hope you give me a break on that. So I haven't figured out how to cook spaghetti in the air fryer yet. I'm not sure I want to. Anyway, I'm going to flip the camera around and we'll get cracking. All right, back again. So first thing I'm going to do, I've got some chicken breasts here. I want to butterfly these. Now I want them, so they come fairly thick here. Now the trick is going to be to butterfly these and cut them in half, basically lengthwise. So I'm going to get my trusty Jedi knife and I'm going to butterfly these things. So the way I cut these, I'm going to put my hand on top, kind of press down lightly, and just cut these in half. And so these have been in the fridge, so they cut pretty easy. So I'm looking for a nice thin slice there, so that'll fry up nice. There's two. Now I'm going to cook these in batches, I think. I'm not sure exactly how many I'll be able to fit in the air fryer. Try to cut these evenly so they'll cook evenly. So I'm gonna cook the first batch with you, and then I'll do the rest up, and this will probably be my lunch for a day or two. So these are 4 chicken breasts. Now I wouldn't call these large chicken breasts. These are UAE chickens. I don't know what they feed them. Must not feed them much. So you get little small pieces like this, that'll be fine. I don't have to butterfly those. And then cut this one in half too. But I will say their eggs look a lot better over here. The yolks are a lot more yellow. I wonder if they feed them bugs and stuff over here, because that would, this piece here is kind of larger, so I'm going to cut this in half too. So this will be kind of a small piece, so trying to not whack my fingers. There, so we're going to butterfly that. Once those are butterflied, then I'm going to transfer over to the dredging station, so stand by one. All right, so you're probably wondering, Steve, what in the world you got going on here? So this is my dredging station here. So I'm going to take 1/3 cup of flour, and I put a little salt and pepper in there, kind of mixed it around a little bit. I've got 2 eggs beaten. So I'm going to coat them, well, I'll get to that. And then I've got 1 cup of panko breadcrumbs, and I've got a 1/4 cup of grated Parmesan, 1 teaspoon of oregano, 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, and 1/2 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. And all the, look down here, scroll down a little bit, a little farther. Right down there, that's the directions and the ingredients right there. So first thing I'm going to do is take a piece of chicken and just coat it in the flour. Real good there. Shake off the loose flour. I'm going to dip it in the egg mixture here. Okay, and then I'm going to put it in, I'm going to press it into the panko crumbs here, and I want to make sure it's all good and coated. Can you guys see that okay? Yeah, okay. I'm trying to make sure I don't get my big hands in the way here. So I'm looking for a nice even coat on the chicken, and I just set it to the side. I'm going to do this with each of these. So how's everybody doing? Everybody doing all right today? So I'm back to work, and so I'm sure everybody's been watching the latest COVID news. So of course Omicron is raging over here. I don't know if I would use the word raging. It's like a lot of people have colds, you know. So we've had one guy at work, well, actually two guys at work test positive this week. We had one guy test positive the week before, and did his quarantine while I was gone on leave. He did his quarantine and back to work. Everything's fine. So everybody's fine. Nobody's had any adverse reactions. They have stations here where they actually will, if you're bad enough or if they're concerned enough about you, they'll put you in these. It's not a camp really. It's kind of more of a barracks type setup, but they have doctors checking on you and everything else. So, which I suppose if you were bad off, that'd be good. But if you're not really symptomatic, that's been kind of a bone of contention. So, but I haven't had it. I just got tested again. We have to test once a week here to get on base to work, and I tested negative, so which is good, right? Nobody wants COVID. Although this Omicron sounds like you know, if you had to pick one of the COVIDs to get, one of the variants, that would be the one. Nobody wants any part of Delta, so if you get Omicron, I guess maybe that'll protect you against the other ones too, hopefully. And if that's the case, then boy, I'd rather have a light cold than some of that other stuff going around. Anyway, enough of the COVID talk. I'm ready to be done with it all, you know. So everybody's doing good. Benjamin went back to school, and Bella heads off today to go back. I've got my Liberty t-shirt on that she got me for Christmas. She's doing great in school. She made Dean's List this last semester. Very proud of her. She's doing well, and everybody's doing fine. And Airleen called me yesterday and said we had an ant attack. She said ants have been getting in the house. I guess with the wet weather they've had there in Charleston, that the ants don't like to be out in the rain either, so they decide to come on in and visit a little bit, sit down. They're like unwanted guests. So anyway, I'm going to finish coating the rest of this chicken, and then we'll get right back. So stand by. All right, so all the chicken is breaded. I'm going to put these in now. I've got Airleen heated up to 400, which is I have my little cheat sheet on the side here, which is 200 Celsius. And I'm going to go ahead and put these in as best I can. Try to layer them in. I'll get the big ones in. That's what I want to eat. Yeah, so I'm going to have to do these in batches. So these, there we go. Got them layered in there, and then back in they go. I'm going to go 5 minutes, and then we'll flip them over. So stand by. All right, that's 5 minutes. Now I'm going to flip these over. These are looking pretty good. I'm going to flip these over now, so they'll crisp up on both sides. Oh man, those are really looking brown. And now for the second 5 minutes, I think I'm going to kind of keep a close eye on these things, but I'm going to time again for 5 more minutes, and we'll see how that goes. So be right back. All right, back again. So I got my noodles on, Now what I'm going to do is, for like, look at those golden brown. So like the last 3 minutes or so. So for another, I'm going to coat these with marinara sauce. A little bit of marinara on the top of this. Hopefully this doesn't make too much of a mess. And then what I also want to do is, I've got some shredded mozzarella. Put that on top. I'm going to have to cut this here. Talking to the ravishing Mrs. Ritter right now on the phone. So I'm triple tasking here. Cooking, well actually double tasking. Multitasking. So I'm going to put a little bit of shredded mozzarella on top. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to do these in batches. I'm going to put it in for another 3 minutes and I'll be right back. All right, that's 3 minutes, so let's check this out now, see how this looks. Oh yeah, look at that. Very nice, very nice. I'm going to plate this up over some spaghetti and I'll be right back. All right, okay, all done. Here's how it turned out. Boy, it really turned out good. Looks good. Now I'm going to taste it. So I'm going to have to use a knife here to kind of cut this. It's brown and crispy. The cheese is melted. I think the only thing on this is just if you had some extra marinara sauce, kind of put that over there over the top and kind of drizzle it over it. But let's see how this tastes. Chicken's all the way cooked. That's good. That's why you cut it thin, right? That's good. It's got a nice it's got a nice crispy top. Sauce is good. Cheese is nice and brown and melty over the top. Melty? Is that a word? It is now. Very tasty. Very good. And I'm loving this air fryer. And I hope you enjoy it. Let me know if you try it. Again, the directions and the ingredients are down below. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Okay? And we'll see you next time. Take care.